Let me holler for a second, yeah, it's gonna be fun. Or maybe for a minute if you ain't gotta run. Better make it a half hour, I promise, honey bun. Let's turn on to the podcast, yo, it's Raymond and Sons. Raymond and Sons, Raymond and Sons. Let's turn on to the podcast, yo, it's Raymond and Sons. Raymond and Sons, Raymond and Sons. Let's turn on to the podcast, yo, it's Raymond and Sons.
Raymond and Son bonus edition. What is going on there, world? You've got me and my wonderful co-host. We got Rod, and we got the UFC commentator in the flesh, my sister-in-law, Desiree. Des, what's going on with you?
Nothing much. I'm just excited to talk about the UFC 247.
All right, so yesterday we ended up having our Raymond and Sons episode that we normally have weekly, but this is our bonus episode. The reason why we're having this bonus episode is we want to talk about the fight, and then we got a little something scheduled for our favorite Raymond and Son fans. So first off, we had an opportunity to hang out last night.
Yes.
We went over to Twin Peaks.
Yes.
We had a chance to hang out, do some fellowship, do some sibling bonding.
Yes.
And the whole purpose of this intervention was for us to watch the fight.
Right.
So we checked out UFC. Do we want to start off with some of the starting rounds before we get to the main thing, or what do you want to do? Because you are the commentator. You are the person. I'm here to learn. I'm gonna sit back.
They're gonna be entertaining.
So we're gonna.
I've got my Sprite. This episode is sponsored by not only Ocean Spray, but we also got Coca-Cola. We got Sprite. So these are our sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all that's in there. You want a little bit?
Yeah.
You want a little something here?
I'm gonna do it old school.
Little bubbly.
I'm gonna do it old school.
Oh, you're gonna put the Sprite
in the bar.
See, that's more.
Yeah.
That's
he's got the more authentic taste.
Yeah.
I'm a rookie.
About that life yet.
I got the plastic cup.
Yet.
This guy. All right. So without further ado, let's start. I'm gonna sit back. Tell us what's going on, Desiree.
Okay,
Tell us what happened.
I would talk about the UFC Fight Pass prelims, but I'm not. We're going to skip that. We're going to skip also the prelims that were on the ESPN.
All right.
Now we're going to pay-per-view.
Okay, pay-per-view.
The first fight that opens up is
Lewis
and Latifi. And it was a fluke. Latifi won. He won every single round. He took him down, and Lewis won. How do you feel about that?
It was surprising. And I looked at Lewis' face. He was surprised when they raised his hand and called his name.
Right.
So he felt like he didn't win. And from what I've seen, he didn't win. But Lewis,
And he's a fan of Lewis.
yeah,
It wasn't.
I'm a big fan. But
So when you got the winner being surprised that he won, then that's a problem.
It is a problem. It's a problem with the judges because obviously they wasn't watching the fight. They didn't understand what they were looking at. They didn't understand the gist of being on the defense and not using your defense.
Right.
He was winded in the first round.
yeah, after that first round, he had him against the cage for a little while.
Yeah.
You could see the wind out.
He was backpedaling pretty much the whole entire time.
Yeah.
The whole entire time he was backpedaling.
Yeah.
So I don't get why they feel that it was okay for them to just give the win to him, and it was unanimous decision. It wasn't like split decision.
Yeah.
It wasn't close. It was unanimous, and I'm just thinking like, okay, they're drunk. They got to be drinking a lot of Modelo because that is their sponsor. I just didn't get it. I was very upset. I put a whole bunch of stuff on Instagram. I deleted it because it was a lot of things I felt.
I was there live as she was recording it, and it was graphic. It was very graphic. It was very aggressive. It was crazy.
Mind you, and Lewis he was sitting 264 pounds. Latifi was 246 or something around there.
Right.
Mind you, he gained what did they say 40 pounds?
Yeah, 40
to
pounds
fight,
fighting.
and he looked good.
Right.
He looked so. You mind you, that's
He
his
carried
probably
it well.
that's probably his weight. Really, his weight class.
Yeah, he walked around with it.
Yeah. So
I'm just looking at some of the stats right here. You
Go
got
ahead, you
Lewis,
call
you
the
got
stats.
Latifi. So we're looking at some strikes. I'm just looking at the numbers. It really does look like Latifi did dominate. You got the TOT strikes. He's 62 out of 77. Lewis is 27 out of 58. So that's going to Latifi right there.
Right.
What's going on here with the? You know what? They say Lewis got a lot more headshots. Is that what this is right here?
He got aggressive at the end.
Yeah, he got
probably what it
aggressive
was.
at the end. But if you look at control
Look at
of the fight,
total control of the fight, like
he-
almost 9 minutes.
he has
Yeah.
38
8
seconds. And Latifi controlled the fight 8 minutes and 54 seconds. You mean to tell me he lost?
The TV
He
had
had
more takedowns.
3 out of, at least he tried, he tried one takedown, didn't get it, then tried to do it again.
Right.
I mean,
Like, it doesn't add up to me. I thought it was stolen. Like,
I mean, to total strikes, again, you're seeing the majority of it, 62 out of 77,
Yeah. the
versus
20,
less than
27.
half from Lewis. So I don't understand if you're hitting the man more and you got more control of the fight, how it goes to Lewis.
Right. And it makes sense.
I'm looking at the decision. Look, I mean, they all did 29-28 to Lewis, but I mean, from at least looking at the stats, because I didn't watch the fight, but looking at the stats, I feel like Latifi got wrong.
Yeah, he did.
no, for sure.
He did.
He for
I'm,
sure
and I'm a
did.
Lewis fan, but even if you was to pull Lewis into a like a secret room and be like, "Do you think you won that fight?" Probably say no.
He'd probably say no. And on top of that, he did some. What did he do at the end? And what did he tell the commentators?
4 weeks before the fight.
Who said that?
Lewis. And now he might be looking at, and USADA was in the room smiling at him like, yeah, saying, and you know that's a 2-year fine.
Yeah.
You get suspension.
Yeah, he might be suspended, so I don't know.
See,
Unless he just talking like last time he said he had to take a shit, so
Yeah.
he might be just talking. I mean, we in the studio, so
yeah, don't worry about that. We also got sponsors. We got food in addition to the drinks, so we want to make sure that we're comfortable so that you guys are comfortable.
Shayna Wing Shack.
Yeah.
All right.
Shane
So,
Wing Shack, Instagram.
so who we want to talk about next?
I want to talk about this Adams and Tafa. What's his name? Tafa?
Tafa.
Tafa. Just know, whew, Rod had his money on the loser.
I took Adam, the gentle giant.
But he was too gentle, and he looked like he was about to cry. Now, look how long that. Look, 3 seconds. He didn't have no control.
I mean, was this a knockout?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
first round, 1 minute and 59 seconds.
I mean, I'm looking at the stats again. I didn't watch this thing, but when I'm looking at the stats, I mean, there wasn't much to it. I mean, it just again, Tafa 10 out of 15 total strikes. I mean, was Adam just sitting there just taking it?
Yeah.
But hey, he got 7 out of 11 though.
I mean, that's good.
But I feel like it. I
But,
mean, again, by just looking at the
barely.
story, I'm like, is he like fighting, running backwards and just trying to hit?
He was I don't know. He was like too passive. He wasn't aggressive enough for me. He would hit him and then he'll like counter, like he will, counter, but it wasn't nothing that he wasn't taking the initiative. Every punch that he was throwing, it was to knock your head off.
He was the aggressor.
Yeah.
So was it one of those, he was on top of him and then the ref comes in and stops it, or was it like a knockout, he's out cold, night?
I think the ref came in and stopped it.
Ref came and stopped him?
I think he got hit like 4 more times.
Yeah. I mean, he was gonna be out. One more hit, he was asleep.
He was about to be night.
He would have been still.
He was about to go Pacquiao night.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
grabbing his legs and not defending himself, and he was getting clear headshots.
Yeah.
So
But
that was a quick.
That was a quick fight.
Yeah.
Now the female main championship fight. Now that was
Oh
beautiful.
my God.
That
Cat.
was I knew Kat was gonna lose.
Cat.
Valentina
Oh my
is a
God.
beast.
Yes, she is.
She's slow. She's slower in the beginning rounds,
she is.
but she's very calculated and she's very technical. Like
Yeah.
she is a beast. And the crazy part about it, she fought Amanda Nunes, and Nunes sits around 160 pounds, but she fights 135, 145, and she went up there and lasted all 5 rounds with
No, yeah,
Amanda Nunes, and she's
Right.
135 pounds right now.
Yeah.
So the fact that, mind you, she was just getting out, what's the word? Like out, I guess she was getting out wrestled. Not out wrestled, she was just a little bit weaker than Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
But this fight, you could see her dominance. I mean, you could just, you could just look at the blessing.
I mean, total strikes, you got 57 out of 82 versus for Kat. I mean, she was only hitting less than half, 27 out of 68 of her hits.
Cat was more, I think, ancient.
Yeah, she was like off on coffee.
Yeah, like.
You know how you can't control your nerves when you're on coffee. You're very jittery, and that's how she was. She was too jittery. Versus, mind you, this is not her first rodeo. She's been in championship fights pretty much for the last 5 fights or even more.
You can tell who been there before.
Yeah.
So you see a part 2 coming with this one, or that's
No,
that's
it's
Cat's
over
only
with.
chance?
Look,
That's
look
it?
at the control. 3 minutes and 28 seconds, 0 control. She didn't have no control.
Oh, yeah.
None.
Nah, we ain't watching
None
that.
whatsoever.
All right.
But I will watch her again. She's
Oh,
a
yeah,
big.
I
I love
watch
her.
her. I'm a
I love
fan
her.
now.
I'm glad you are.
I'm a fan now.
You know I won't
But
steer
she,
you wrong.
she ain't messing with my girl Amanda. But
I
I'm
mean,
a fan,
she's.
though. I'm a fan.
That's for another day, folks.
That is for another day. All right, so is it? Are we? Is it about that time?
Woo.
Are we
Now,
about
finna
to
go
talk
get
about?
the wings? Oh.
No,
okay.
Oh
Eh,
boy, oh boy.
Man.
Okay.
Woo.
All right, so I did not have an opportunity. Before we go into the fight, Rod, tell me what the atmosphere was like for Miss Desiree. Tell me about just her composure. Tell me about just what she was looking like before the fight started.
Oh, before the Jones fight?
Before-
Yeah, she was relaxed.
Okay, before the John
Because
fight.
the girl just fought.
Okay.
So, she was very relaxed and happy,
All right,
Just watch a girl do her thing. So she would, but when Reyes came out, people clapped, cheering, and this in Twin Peaks. This ain't even at the venue.
Yeah.
They were like, okay. But when the lights went out for Jones,
In Twin Peaks.
in Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks even did it.
Yeah.
So you felt like you were.
Oh yeah,
Kinda
We
in
was
it.
there. We were
It
there.
was fight night.
Mind you, we had our own personal TV.
I mean, you were outside
With a personal
of.
TV.
I mean, you were in the personal TV. I mean, it literally was like the fight was probably inside, and you were up in the press box watching the fight from the TV.
Yes,
That's
yes,
how the
yes,
setup was.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All right.
But everybody in Twin Peaks clapped, cheered when Jones came out.
And I almost cried.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's when I became scared.
All right. So you're watching Big Brother. They say weighing in at John
How did you
Jones
Bones
Jones.
And he crawled in.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All
All
right.
right, go ahead. Yeah,
Okay,
Sean.
okay,
Yeah, he
okay.
crawled in.
I mean, that's your cousin right there.
Yeah.
That's your big brother.
Yeah.
So
Jones and Jones.
He don't know that yet, y'all, but we're related.
yeah. I mean, you got the same last name. I mean, you must
Exactly.
be related.
And my dad was athletic, and his whole family is athletic.
There you go.
Actually, my whole family is athletic. So yeah.
There you go, brother from a different mother. There you go. All right, so talk me through. We got 5 rounds.
Mhm.
Was this something that you could not take your eyes off because your eyes were glued to the actual match?
Oh yeah. We couldn't take our eyes off because of the fact if we was, somebody was gonna get knocked out.
It was nervous. It was
Yeah,
nervous.
we were
I was
nervous.
This is the first time I ever seen a Jones fight that I was nervous that.
He may not come out.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was.
he was gonna lose.
Oh
Due to judges.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
I wasn't like scared of him getting knocked out. I was more like, he might get, lose to the
Yeah.
judges.
Right.
Cause like what we were talking about in the car. I mean, you can't let the judges pick the outcome of the fight. You
Right.
got to make sure you have your fight. You got to control it
Yeah.
within the ring, within the octagon.
Right.
Because other than that, you never know what's gonna happen.
But I can say
Jones did his thing.
he did his thing. The thing is, he was also. I feel like Jones because he's not the young Jones were reckless coming out with elbows. He's older, so he's a little bit more smarter.
Right.
And
I think he did more like, all right, I'm gonna let Reyes.
he was patient.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Reyes do what he normally do.
Yeah.
Fight. Reyes fought the first 2 rounds hard.
Off the camera.
Oh yeah.
That's Raymond right there.
that's-
Raymond from Raymond's son.
Raymond's still doing. His father didn't do this, but Jones, he fought like I'm gonna let Reyes do.
Real calculated.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Reyes do his thing. I know he's gonna come out high energy first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
But when it came to the championship rounds, Jones like, let me show you something.
Yeah.
And then he did
Jones
work.
still didn't take off like I'm used to. I was waiting for more elbows, more shoulders.
Yeah.
What people did put against Jones is the slip versus a knockdown. That
That was in round 1, right?
UFC people that are not really knowledgeable about
Go to
the sport.
Let me see if they gave him points for that. Because I don't think they acknowledge it as a knockdown.
But I'm saying
They
people.
shouldn't have.
I'm saying people that are not that's watching it. You
Yeah.
know.
So right now they got no takedown. I mean, well,
No, they ain't give it to him.
But he got controlled the fight. He don't have he didn't really.
Yeah, Jones controlled the whole fight because Jones was trying to cut the ring off.
Yeah, and what people don't understand is when you have somebody on their back foot and they have to counter, they have to defend themselves, that's not them winning.
Right.
They're not chasing. He had some significant hit. First and second round, he was very aggressive.
Yeah.
To the point where if people paid attention, Jones was not getting hit most of the time.
Yeah, that's because he used to fight, 3 rounds?
Yeah.
And then it's over. After you could tell.
But you could tell the first half of that third round, Reyes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
once that 2-minute mark hit, you seen Jones.
Yeah, it was like, Jones, let me show you something, young man.
I mean, looking at the stats, it looks like Reyes was looking like he was the aggressor. I mean, he's 119 contact hits, and that man threw 260. I mean, that man must have been tired after that round.
Yeah.
I mean, after the fight in general.
Look how he threw more, but Jones wasn't. He was how many? 12?
Yeah, look,
12.
Look at the percentage.
12 punches,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Look
behind.
at the percentage.
He threw 166 significant strikes. He threw 259 and only got 116 versus Jones got 104.
Yeah, like if you put it in percentage, Jones was a better, more efficient fighter.
Look at this. He threw head 41 that connected. Out of that 41, he threw 169. Jones threw 74, and out of that 74, he threw 31.
Right.
So Reyes, you could be doing a lot more, but if they ain't connecting, you not winning.
Right. You just wasting energy.
And a lot of people feel like when people are aggressive and they look like they doing something and they, throwing them, you're not winning the fight.
No.
I don't know. I mean, he's hitting them more though. I mean, he's hitting them more.
The thing is,
and
you can
he's
hit
connecting
somebody.
more.
You can hit somebody more, but if you throwing way more than and it's adding up to closer to what he did already, that's not a good thing.
Look at the legs.
Yeah. Look how accurate it is. His numbers are way closer. People are they're gonna pay attention to this because
Jones
mind
is
you,
clearly a more efficient fighter.
champion is their numbers are not gonna be too far ahead. Somebody that's throwing too much is still
Jones
not
ain't gonna
experienced.
He's not gonna waste energy.
That's what and he wasted a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So no matter how many he threw, they didn't connect.
But when they came out, I was like, okay. I said one judge gonna get Reyes. That's how I felt. Then when they said no, I was like, okay, yeah, it makes sense because them three.
I didn't agree with 49-46. I did not agree with that.
3 through 5, Jones.
Yeah.
1 through 2, Reyes.
I say, to me personally, I say half of 3 was Reyes and half of 3 was Jones.
Yeah.
That ending, that 2-minute mark, Jones had it.
Yeah.
The first 2 minutes, Reyes was mind you, every round he came out aggressive.
Yeah.
So that not even 2 minutes, probably a minute and 30 seconds, he had it. After that, Jones like, okay, kid, calm down.
Oh yeah, you can see he was like, let me school you a little bit.
Yeah.
Reyes might be I don't know how old he is.
He's
probably 30, right?
Yeah.
Probably 30.
Let me.
So Jones 32, so you gotta be 30. So you can't even say he's the future because he with Jones.
Yeah. The thing is, people don't understand how young Jones really is.
Yeah, and plus he took 2 years off.
Yeah.
So, all the dominance he missed in them 2 years.
So we're looking at some of these highlights right here. So this is the round 3 that everybody was talking about that changed the way that the fight was going to be. So in the beginning, it looked like
he threw a nice head kick that was blocked.
All right, so now we got the leg action right now. We got John Jones trying to do a little floor play.
Yeah, he took him down.
Right now, taking him down a couple times.
Throwing elbows.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so.
But you notice in all the highlights is Jones going after Reyes, not Reyes approaching Jones.
So even if Reyes connected, he still is getting hunted down.
Yeah, Jones, that's a knockdown.
I'm
glad that they didn't call.
Because look, he was off 1 foot and he got hit. He slipped.
And got ready,
Now, if he would have hit him down on the button, it would have been a different story. Then, that was a knockdown because, dude, you got hit right on the nose.
Right.
So how'd you guys feel like all throughout UFC 247, there's a lot of people who were talking about some of the controversy and some of the ways that the judges were doing some of the picks. I mean, compared to other UFC fights, was it pretty much the norm? Are you thinking that they need to do something with the judges? What's going on?
I mean, there's always different judges in different states,
right.
But I do feel that the referees could be a little bit faster with stopping fights,
right.
And also watching and seeing if somebody is actually a ground opponent, because one of the other girls threw a knee while the girl was grounded. Nobody said nothing about it. Nobody called it. Yeah. But the thing is, they have to pay attention. And then the judges, to be honest, if I was a judge, I would have gave it. It would have been a tie for me. It would have been a draw. It would have been, y'all would have to retake that back.
What fight?
Jones and Reyes.
You would have tied it?
Just on the strength how that third round was, it could have went anyway. I believe that Jones won, but the eye of the judges as fairness, you cannot say the kid wasn't doing. He fought a championship fight, and even when he was tired, he didn't show what Derek Lewis was doing. Was just winded in the first. Like,
I feel Jones won it
by
like a split decision.
Yeah,
like,
But
when you look at the numbers, you see the efficiency.
Yeah.
Have to get it.
Yeah, he has to have it. Yeah.
I would have did a tie. I got to get a champ back the belt.
Yeah, you're right.
So, if you're gonna take the belt, clearly take the belt.
Yeah, no, that is true.
And that's
you're
what
right
we
about
talked
that.
about
So
in the part two.
I
Like,
kind
he
of do
didn't-
want to change that.
The
My
tie's
statement.
got to go to the winner if we feel like it was to that point.
I mean, you have to
So-
take the belt from the champ. You have to dominate the champ to get the belt.
You can't. Yeah, we can't get.
So he wasn't gonna get a win from me.
Oh,
Believe
no,
that.
no,
Believe that.
No,
Because he
gotta get a belt back. I would have.
Now, if he did like if Reyes did the Valentina on John, then he better get that belt. But
Yeah, but he was too.
even Latifi, like if that was a championship fight and Lewis was the champ, Latifi won that.
Right, yeah, he dominated.
He would have got that belt,
Yeah.
but technically we don't know because them judges was horrible.
Yeah, that fight there, like, they got once again Lewis fan, but
He lost.
Yeah, my boy, he got
Yeah, big
he know
time.
he got but he the man upstairs was on the side. And he won, so.
All right, so we're gonna take a little pause. We're gonna take a little break,
And go.
and then we're about to go to the main event. Since we're talking about fights, we're gonna do the main event, which is
the wings.
the wings. All right, so Rod, let's shut it down for a little bit.
Yes.
Let's pause us. Are we gonna be able to do some more of these UFC interviews in the future?
for sure.
All right, we're gonna pause it. We'll be right back.